The last website I sold went for $6,973 and I sold 3 of them that day. I grew Island Web Design to over 100 clients in just over a year, and I've been nominated and shortlisted for Creative Entrepreneur of the Year in Guernsey. And in this video, I'm going to address the elephant in the room for web designers, creatives, and that's how do I get paid more money for my work. You see, I've put our prices up like 5 times this year and I've never seen any resistance because I follow the tips in this video. And if you're anything like me, you see all these other YouTubers talking about these big price tags and you're like, well, my work's as good as theirs, why can't I charge that much? And unfortunately, how good your designs are is not a deciding factor on how much you get paid, so let's dive into what the actual deciding factors are based on my first-hand experience working with over 100 web design clients. And if you take advantage of the tips that I'm going to share in this video, you'll have web design clients queuing up to work with you just like we do. And if you can stay tuned till the end, I'm going to share the one big secret that's going to help you raise your price tags instantly and start getting paid what you're actually worth. So in this video, I'm going to cover how to feel comfortable charging high price tags for your work and being able to raise your prices without raising eyebrows, how to communicate the value you provide properly, how to sell without being salesy. I'm also going to share the #1 language tip that high performing web designers use to land big clients, how to get your work seen because honestly your work isn't anything if no one knows it exists, what kind of content you should make as a web designer to cement you as an expert in your field like I have, how to document and standardize your processes so the clients know what the steps of your journey are and how you're going to achieve the result for them, how to get all your clients leaving you 5-star reviews like this and how to properly track your analytics so you know what's working and you can increase your conversion rate, how your sales funnel should work and the journey you should be sending your prospects on, and how to make sure that people don't end up dropping off midway through your funnel. If you can follow all the tips that I give you in this video and you can pay attention for 10 minutes, you're going to be able to raise your prices and start charging what you're worth as a creative, so let's dive into it.
And the first thing that you need to change is your language and the way you talk about these projects. I know that you think your work's nice and you think that it speaks for itself, but it doesn't. You need to give context on these projects. You need to talk about what the client's problem was, how you solved it, what the goals were, and how you achieved the end result. If a business comes along and they can see on your website that you have solved similar problems to theirs for other businesses successfully with your designs and with the methods that you're pitching to them in your ads or your cold emails or whatever it is that you're using to get clients, then they are far more likely to hire you than if you just show a picture of a nice design that you think speaks for itself. See, we learned this the hard way at Island Web Design, and we had to start doing case studies for all of our work. And we've actually got a really popular case study that we did for Vale Church. It is a really long, in-depth, deep dive into exactly how we solved all the problems they had and created their new online presence. And that has brought so many clients to us because we're actually showing how we solved the problem for a real client. And it helps that the Vale Church is a company that everyone knows. We've now got a load of new case studies coming out for a load of different clients where we actually go through the problems that we solved for them and how we achieve the results. And I'm going to show you a few of them now. There's so many different ones. As you can see in a lot of these case studies, first we present the problem, why the client approached us, what problem they needed solving, and then we present how we solved it. Some of them we go in more depth than others. It really depends how much detail there is to talk about. But every time we're talking about how we achieved the result the client wanted. And then we present the review that the client left us and the analytics from the website to show that there was more visitors, more conversions, and that the client was happy. So if you can communicate all this in your work with your nice design, then if you really believe your design speaks for itself, and then you add all this context, it's a win-win. You've got a design that speaks for itself with a load of context that speaks for it. My next tip is to make yourself visible creating content. And the trick here is you don't need to go out of your way to film content. You can just film what you're already doing. I'm not going out of my way to make all these web design tutorials. I'm already doing all this amazing web design. So I just turn on the camera, film it, and showcase it. And don't underestimate what a piece of content can be either. When I first started out, I wasn't putting my face in the videos. I was literally using B-roll footage and time lapses of my hands doing the designs, and then I was narrating over the top of it. A piece of content can literally be anything, from a photo of your work to a testimonial from a client or a story. We're doing this today, guys. What are you guys doing? It can really be anything. The trick is to just put yourself out there.
If you want to get more free value like this from me, you can sign up for my free newsletter on the Island Web Design website. I'm just giving away the value at this point, sharing everything I'm learning building this web design agency. Thanks for watching and make sure you subscribe for more.
Document your process, share tips, show behind the scenes footage. This not only builds your brand, but it also cements you as an expert in your field. And if you can do this the same way we do it, where it's not like a sales pitch and you're just providing value, but it is obvious to the person what you're selling, then that's the best way to do it because people are a lot more open to consuming your content if you're not directly pitching them something. And consider not using your own name as your company name. You don't want to be a freelancer, you want to be a company. For example, Max is not going to call his company Max Burrows. Jay's not going to call our company Jade Haggerty. I called the company Island Web Design because I want people to understand that we are a team of people working on their project and it's not just a one-man band. Also, don't forget to showcase reviews. Don't forget to encourage reviews. We've got a load of 5-star reviews and we're able to lean into that because we actually encourage our clients to leave them. And you'd actually be surprised. A lot of people think that their clients aren't going to want to leave them reviews, but if you did a good job, there's no reason why they wouldn't. You want to track metrics such as page views, bounce rates, conversion rate. You can get UTM parameters in your Facebook URLs to track your Facebook ads. And we are going to do a full video on how to track your Facebook ads in Google Analytics. So make sure you subscribe if you want to see that. But yeah, you just need to track all your analytics, make sure you know exactly what's going on, and make sure that if you make a change to your website or you upload a new piece of work, you can actually know whether that increased your conversion rate or lowered it. And make sure your landing page is set up to convert. This means clear headlines, persuasive language, taking people on a clear direction through the site so they end up at the exact endpoint you want them to end up in without presenting them with a load of irrelevant information. So in other words, you want to take them on a curated journey through the site, only presenting them with information that's relevant to them, and then at the end, presenting them with the goal you want them to take, whether that be a contact form you want them to fill out or an email link you want them to click or something like that. And even if you aren't a web designer, the landing page is still important because even if the type of design you do has nothing to do with websites, you're still going to have a website, or you should have a website anyway, because the problem with a social media page is even if you're doing amazing content on social media, when people land on your page, there's no clear direction. Should I check out their profile pictures? Should I go and read their reviews? Or should I just scroll through the feed? Maybe I should message them. There's no clear direction. Whereas with a website, you can take people on the exact journey you want to take them on. Get your standard operating procedures down. You need to be doing things the same way every time to ensure consistency and efficiency. You can think of this like Henry Ford with the assembly line, where they were able to revolutionize the automobile industry and then go and revolutionize loads more industries with this simple invention, which is basically just do things the same way every time and remain consistent without sacrificing quality and capitalizing on efficiency. And I know a lot of you are probably asking what standard operating procedures even are. It's basically just a task list, a list of steps that you need to take to get your desired result. For example, Island Web Design, we've implemented all of our standard operating procedures in ClickUp. We have task lists for everything we do. So for example, we have a website design task and then all of the steps that we need to take to achieve that website design. And that just means that if we onboard a new staff member and we're training them, they can literally just jump in and follow the steps. And it means that they're doing everything the same way each time, just like the assembly line with Henry Ford. And we're going to be doing a full in-depth video about our ClickUp standard operating procedures, how we built this out and how it actually benefits us, because this is literally what's providing the most value to our agency and how we're able to know our capacity and scale safely. This also means that I can see all of the steps everyone took to complete their task, how long it took them. We actually have a full process library with every single task template of all the stuff we do. So literally anything we do in Island Web Design, you can pull out a task template, follow the steps, and everything is done the same way every time.
I actually forgot something here, but there's one more thing you need to get right if you want to make more money from your designs, and that's fix your website. Because if your website's shit and doesn't convert, it doesn't matter how many visitors you get, you're not going to get any customers, you're not going to make any money. And I dive into exactly how to fix your useless website and make more money from it in this video here, and that's based on my first-hand experience delivering to over 100 clients, so go check it out.